everybody. Happy Friday. Gosh, get settled in. We have made it. We are at the end of the week, and here is the weekend just knocking at the door. So, it's been a good week with coffee, right? We have had a lot of talks this week, and today is going to be another good one. We're going to talk about stress and sabotage. So, we'll get settled in here and get started. But Facebook is just so wonky these days. I think they have all these new limits, so it freezes, and I hope it holds on here and hope it's okay. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Susan. Are you coming Sunday? Hope you get to make it. We have our Sunday service this Sunday in Westwood. Good morning, Linda. So we have mediums giving messages and a professional talk by Lima about near-death experience. So it's going to be a great Sunday if you can come out and join us. Good morning, Connie. Hi, everybody. So today we're going to talk about stress and sabotage. Teaching the summit and doing everything, having the events, the radio show, stress naturally comes up, right? I see it in the students, I see it in myself, and I see it with people around me. When we are stressed, it is like we're really unable to be ourselves, right? Good morning, Danielle. You find yourself so highly sensitive. So when you're stressed, because you're trying to deal with the stress, you actually become a lot more sensitive, right? Good morning, Christina. Hi, Judy. Nice to see you. Good morning, everybody. You may find yourself, reacting really in a little more impatiently or a little more sensitivity. You may cry more when you're stressed, right? Because you feel like you're dealing with such a load, and that triggers the emotions. And then what happens is you're looking to kind of calm that down. So it may be endorphins that you're looking to feel, mindless Facebook, mindless TV watching. Like, you find it hard to address what you're actually stressed about, right? Good morning, Lauren. Hi, Lois. So if you are stressed about finances, odds are you're not going to sit there and make a budget for yourself, right? Because you're stressed out. So you actually may go shopping because you're stressed, right? And it's like the opposite of what we want to do. But that's what happens a lot of times. You're stressed in your workplace. So, maybe you're eating more because you're stressed. And all of these reactions that we have are completely normal. I mean, how we're reacting is normal, but that stress can really sabotage your well-being. The stress is coming from a place of needing to control when we can't. We want to control what's happening so that we feel better, so it's stabilized, but we can't. And so we get stressed out, right? How am I going to pay this? How am I going to do that? How am I going to get here? This seems impossible, but when we just slow down and we use our breath is so amazingly helpful when it comes to dealing with stress. But what's even more helpful? Surrendering. Trying not to control it. I know, what a concept. But when we let go, and when we trust, and when we surrender, you actually become a lot less stressed. Now, that doesn't mean you ignore the problem at hand, but when you let go of trying to control it, it allows you to free up that space that is being consumed by stress and helps you become more solution-oriented. Helps you say, oh, wait a second. If you're not stressed, a solution may pop in, right? So whether that, think about all the things. Just think about all the things that you are stressed about in your life. And are you one of those people that is constantly creating stress? Some people want that immediate reaction, so they will continuously trigger stress within themselves. So if you're one of those, then yeah, we got to kind of sort out why that is, what's going on, because having that constant stress, is just not healthy for your body. Your body, believe it or not, the body has to process stress. So you're putting like extra weight on it, an extra load on it. So kind of relaxing around the stress. Really, I know we always talk about meditation, but meditation is so important when it comes to dealing with stress. Go for a walk, get out there, walk away from the problem for a few minutes so that you can clear your head. When you are out and about with somebody else, be very present. When you're very present in your life, the stress won't impact you as much, okay? The stress is coming from either dealing with something you can't control or dealing with the future, dealing with the unknown. You don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know how you're going to do this. You don't know how that's going to work out. Breathe. Right? Don't you feel less stressed just doing that? But the stress that we create, we can actually make that a habit for ourselves. Good morning, John. Hi, Toby. Hi, Kelly. Kelly, my goodness, you're bringing the whole crew with you to Orlando. So exciting. Awesome. Bring half of Orlando with you. But when we deal with this stress, when we actually say, hey, I'm going to let go, I'm going to surrender, I'm going to trust the process, you'll actually start to free up that space to allow other things to step in for you, other opportunities. If you're so stressed about finances, let's just say, for instance, you're so stressed about money, how am I going to do this? I'm not doing well, things aren't going well, blah, blah, blah. All you're going to do is kind of cave in, right? You're going to want to close down. You're going to want to sleep. You're going to put the covers over your head. And you're going to want to throw yourself a pity party. And that's a genuine response to stress, right? But what if you say, listen, I'm doing the best I can. I'm not going to worry about the money because I can't make it. What I can do is put out something else. I can put out a special, let's say. I can hold another event, let's say. I can look for a new job opportunity. So all of those things can help us really create that source, that money source that we're looking for. It's kind of rethinking of how we're dealing with the stress. If you're dealing with stress with your family, as Lauren is saying, just calling out the in-laws. But if you're dealing with other people, at the end of the day, no matter what they're doing, if it's becoming stressful on you, it's because you're allowing it. But believe it or not, right? If you don't allow it to stress you out, it can't stress you out. So on some level, you're granting the stress permission. And on some level, you may be stirring up the stress, right? Because, again, some of us operate on the stress factor. If we're not stressed, we're not busy. If we're not stressed, we're not doing it. If I'm not stressed, I'm not making it. Like, you're going to kill yourself, right? You're going to just create all of that worry inside your head for something that you can't control. So the stress is when you're worried about the unknown. The stress is worried because you don't have the answer, all right? So when we let go of needing the answer in the here and now, and we just let ourselves be and be present and be still, it actually will motivate you and inspire you and create that imagination, open up that imagination to then free up ideas, to free up alternatives, to free up solutions. So just give it a try, right? Because scrolling through Facebook or Yahoo or watching endless hours of repeats on TV is not going to give you the solution. It's just going to probably create more stress because you're not feeling like you're making progress. So if you're worried, use some of the creative outlets we talked about earlier. Go and just start some automatic writing. If you're really stressed out about something, why don't you just sit there and set the intention to automatic write about it? And you may be surprised at what comes forward for you. getting those answers, getting that insight. But it weighs us down. So when you're stressed, Toby leads this today, yay. When you're stressed, right, it's a weight on you. So you're actually lowering your vibration. And that's really important. Stress does not raise vibration. Stress it raises your heart rate because you're so worried, but it doesn't raise your vibration. It lowers your vibration. So when the lower vibration, you're going to feel more sad, more worried, more stressful, anxiety, all these things feel right, yeah? So they're lowering the vibration. So in order to kind of let source get in order to let the higher self, to let guides, to let everything get in, we got to levitate. We got to raise that vibration. The only way we're going to do that is to let go of the control we're trying to put around the stress factor. And there are some areas naturally that may be more stressful than others for you. And looking at why those areas are stressful, whether that's finance, relationship, whether it's your career, things maybe always seem struggling in a certain area for you. That could be a past life thing. It could be a belief system. It could be a block. There's many, many things. So if you're noticing stress around one particular area in your life, maybe more than others, look at that saying, hey, where is it? Why is the stress there? Is it a thought, a perception, a belief system, a block? Whatever it is, so that you can work on it, so that we don't keep repeating it. But one of the best ways, I believe, to let go of the stress is to stop trying to control it. That's the first step. So you may have to practice that. You can't just say, hey, I'm not going to control it anymore. Good luck. But what you can do is say, every time you're stressed about it, every time you're worried, get up and walk away from that situation and put some music on and start dancing, or go for a walk, or call a friend just to see how somebody else is doing. Become very present in your life, Do a quick 5-minute meditation, but just something to pull you out, because it may be a habit that you're creating of being stressed. Well, if I'm not stressed, something's wrong. No. We want to create a habit of peace. We want to create a state of being. So open up the idea of meditation, automatic writing, using your senses, your awareness, letting go of that need to control, and trusting. Maybe are you insecure about something? Be honest about it. A lot of people, especially going into the spiritual work, they hold themselves back so much out of fear. What if I'm judged? Well, listen, I don't care what you do. You're going to be judged no matter what field you're in. You might as well be in a field you love. I was in tax accounting. I got to tell you, tax accountants all talked about tax accountants. Who was who didn't do a good job, who didn't know their numbers. All industries. So if you're going to be judged, at least be judged doing your purpose and your passion, right? So allow yourself that opportunity to say, hey, I'm going to do what I love. I'm going to not worry so much about how great I am in it, because I'm doing it, because I love it. I'm going to relax around finances so that I can bring abundance in. Just thinking abundance isn't going to work. People think, oh, I am abundant, so the money should flow in. Not really. If you've got a block, if you've got a belief system that is contrary to just saying I am abundant, it's not going to work. So we got to do some core work. Whatever our stresses are, look at where they are in your life, right? And things are always going to pop up, always. So if you get stressed over every little thing, you're going to have yourself in a little knot, a little ball, right? So what you got to do is just say, hey, I'm not going to sit there and stress over every little thing in my life. I'm going to sit there and just try to have this sense of peace around it, surrender. And you find that by doing that, there's a lot less joy. You don't get as riled up about things. You're not as emotional about things that really don't matter. And it actually gives you time, energy to focus and commit to those things that do matter in your life. All right? So there we go. That is our stress and sabotage talk. And it's Friday. So I hope you got to see the show last night. We had a great time on it. I really enjoyed it. This Sunday in LA is our Sunday Spirit Service. So come and hang out. And thank you all for tuning in and hanging out. And I'll see you guys on Monday. Remember, everybody, shine your light and shine it bright. See you later.